I'll be honest, cruisers aren't usually a genre of bike that get me excited, that get me giddy, that get me in the mood to ride. I mean, they often look beautiful, but sometimes they just miss that spark that I need when riding. So when Triumph updated the Speedmaster for 2026, there's one thing that I really wanted to know. Is this just another cool looking cruiser, or has Triumph built something that can genuinely make me smile on a twisty road? I'm planning to find so many twisty roads today in California, so if you want to come along with me for the onboards and capture my feelings about what I think, then keep watching. The 2026 Triumph Bonneville Speedmaster starts from £13,795 in the UK. For colour options we have two to choose from, Sapphire Black with Crystal White and Carnival Red with Crystal White. Power comes from Triumph's familiar 1200cc liquid-cooled parallel twin, producing around 77 brake horsepower and 106 Nm of torque. The engine is tuned for strong low-end and mid-range performance, delivering smooth, unhurried acceleration that suits the Speedmaster's laid-back character. We have a few changes for 2026. One of the most noticeable changes is the introduction of a larger 14-litre fuel tank, increasing real-world range while retaining the Speedmaster's low, stretched cruiser proportions. The bike also features newly styled side panels, giving the midsection a cleaner, more modern classic look that integrates more seamlessly with the revised tank and bodywork. Both the rider and pillion seats are also new for 2026, with thicker padding and improved shaping, designed to offer greater comfort on longer rides without compromising the bike's classic cruiser silhouette. Triumph has also fitted new lightweight aluminium rims, which help reduce unsprung mass and contribute to a more agile and responsive steering feel, particularly noticeable at slower speeds. Ergonomics have been revised as well. The new handlebars are less swept back than the beach bars that came on the predecessor, creating a more natural, engaging riding position that offers improved control and feedback compared to the previous setup. From a technology standpoint, the Speedmaster now benefits from a new 6-axis IMU, enabling lean-sensitive optimised cornering ABS and traction control, enhancing rider confidence in a wide range of conditions and situations. Finally, for 2026, the Speedmaster is newly A2 restrictable, making it accessible to a broader range of riders while retaining its full power capability when de-restricted. The braking system and suspension hardware remains unchanged for 2026, continuing with the existing setup that prioritises stability, comfort, and predictable cruiser-focused performance. To finish this segment with key features, the 2026 Triumph Speedmaster features the all-improved 14-litre fuel tank, a wet weight of approximately 263 kilograms, she's quite porky, and a low seat of around 705 millimeters, reinforcing its accessible confidence-inspiring cruiser stance. Now, I'm 5'4" or 162 centimeters, and I have a 29-inch inside leg measurement or 73.66 centimeter inside leg, and this is what it's like for me to sit on the Speedmaster. Okay, without further ado, let's hit the roads. Alright baby, so I am out on the Speedmaster. Oh, I really do like the Speedmaster. It's like the Bobber, but a bit more sensible feeling in my opinion. So it's very, very comfy. The seat, I believe, has been made a little bit thicker, so is the pillion seat. The ergonomics are very different on this bike. We've tried to make it more of a dynamic ride because, you know, the 2025 model year Speedmaster very much had proper, like, sweeping beach bars almost. Whereas with this now, we've kind of got a flatter, straighter bar, which is quite nice.
we've got... What do we have? Ooh, it sounds great when you wind it on, doesn't it? Oh yes. Got a right nice sound to it. Oh, I love that noise. So we've got 6 gears with this, unlike the 900s, like the Scrambler 900, the T100, and it's got a heck of a lot of torque. This is designed to be, not that you'd know today with how we are riding these roads, but this bike is designed to be a little bit of a chill out bike, like just a low and, not low and slow, but you know those kind of vibes. It's not exactly a street triple, is it? So I think it is just designed for a more chill way of life, and a more chill way of life that you can enjoy with your favourite human, because this bike is kind of like the Bobber but designed for pillions and does have much more of a modern classic look as opposed to like hot rod style vibes that the Bobber has. You know, are kind of the like aggressive, attitude ridden kind of stance that the Bobber has, you know. So with this as standard, we've got feet in front, feet are forward. However, much like with the Bobber, they are interchangeable. So if you'd like the Bobber mids, you can put those on the Speedmaster, and with the Bobber, if you wanted to put the Speedmaster forwards on, you can do that if you wish. Now ground clearance is pretty limited, so it is quite suited to sweepers, but real tight stuff, I think when I was doing the tracking shot, I think when I was doing some videography on the Speedmaster, it was a particularly tight hairpin, and I'm pretty sure as I went round it, I scraped the pegs and then like kind of lifted my foot off the pegs in shock. So yeah, that probably won't make the most professional footage, but here we are. So we've gone up 2 litres in tank size, so we have a 14 litre tank, which again, like the Bobber, is great. You've got extra riding to be had before you need to pull over and fill up, so that's real good. Again, we have the inclusion of the 6-axis IMU, corner and traction control, ABS, all that jazz. The Speedmaster, you can now get an A2 restrictor kit, much like with the new 2026 Bobber. So if you're under 24, like you're still on your A2 license, you know, you might be over 24, but you might just be, for whatever reason, on an A2 license. At least now you can ride the Speedmaster and the Bobber, so I think that's real good. We've got cruise control with this. It is just a push button, stop start. Oh, can you hear the burbles on the deceleration? It is music to my ears. Oh, oh, I love it, love it, love it, love it. Same with the Bobber. The Bobber does it as well. It goads you to just kind of just rum the throttle, just so you can hear the bu. Oh, I love it, love it. But yeah, like the Bobber as well, we've got lighter rims on this bike, and that is to kind of help it with its steering, and again is one of the things that they've done to try and make it a more dynamic ride, along with the fresh set of bars, because the Bobber and the Speedmaster, you know, they've never been known to turn all that fast. But I've got to say, from riding the Speedmaster and the Bobber previously and riding these new ones, it definitely does feel a little bit more like just up to the job of tipping into the corners and just doing it a lot quicker, or at least a bit quicker, quick enough to notice that it's trying. The seat on this is so plush, so plush. I mean, I'm not normally one for forward controls, so I guess, you know, I'm more of a Bobber girl as well. Like, I love the Bobber, but if you're kind of a Bobber person and you love the Bobber but you want to take pillions, then I suppose you could put the mids on this and kind of Bobberify it a bit more, in the sense of like how it comes from Triumph from the factory. But yeah, the Speedmaster to me is definitely a very elegant machine. It just looks very, very nice. The engine, visually, it looks gorge. You know, the exhausts, they're nice and shiny and chrome, and they look nice, but they do, you do get a bit scared about scraping them. I mean, the pegs definitely, oh my gosh, look at that. The pegs definitely do go down a little bit on the tight and edgy stuff, so yeah, you gotta be mindful. But I don't really think this bike is designed as like a spanking around bike, is it? I actually really like the calm nature of the Speedmaster, although today on these roads in this group it's not been a massively calm ride, but it can't be because you're with a group and you gotta keep up, and a lot of journalists are trying to go super fast to like test the bikes, you know. But I do appreciate that sometimes it doesn't feel like a kind of real worldy environment for bikes like this. Maybe if you were on like some high performing naked bike, fair. But yeah, like when we end up getting stuck behind cars and we end up doing a nice leisurely speed, you know, you really do kind of see what this bike is about. Like just proper comfort, just real nice comfort. Like my bum in this seat, I thought the bobber couldn't get any better for me, but honestly this, because it's kind of got that pillion seat attached to it, it almost acts as like a little bit more further support for the old coccyx, and I just find it so delightful, like wonderfully comfy. But we've got, you know, a nice dash, again very similar to the bobber, or the same as the bobber I should say. You've got the analog dash, then you've got a little LCD dash as well, so we have an I button here. You can rotate through that, so it tells you the odometer, it tells you trips, it tells you MPG, 99.9. It tells you how many miles you've got till you need to fill up. This is saying 81 miles. Got the time, and you've got the revs as well, because you don't have like a revs with an analog needle as such, so you can get them digitally, which is quite nice. Triumph offer that kind of feature on quite a few of the Bonnevilles in the range, including the Scrambler. Yeah, we don't have any adjustability in the forks. You've got the shocks with preload adjustability. But honestly, I feel like we've been riding the kind of bobber a little harder than probably the average consumer of this kind of bike, and it's dealt with everything. Like, it's been able to stop real quick, it's just absorbed all the bumps, and you know, the sunny roads of Spain are usually quite slick, but these roads are actually quite like bumpy and a bit rough in places. And yeah, the bike's suspension, box fresh, has just dealt with everything, which has been great. Another thing that I absolutely love, like when we have to stop, I can just put my feet down and it's wonderful.
Right team, I am back in from riding the Bonneville Speedmaster 1200, and what a charming motorcycle it is. Just look at it in all the colour options. It looks so lovely and just so elegant and effortless in just how it looks. It's just a beautiful modern classic. Now, I've had a great time riding this today. It was probably one of the more scarier bikes to ride, purely because of the ground clearance and the exhaust and the forward controls. So when we are like stonking around all these tight bends, you are trying to hang off the bike more to keep the bike upright so that you don't scrape the pegs. And I totally appreciate this bike is not that kind of bike to be doing all that stuff. So the fact that it put a shift in today and showed that it can do it is pretty good. But this bike is definitely more at home, chilling, cruising around the streets, and just having a good old bimble on a nice country day. So yeah, I'm going to pop my pros and my cons on the screen now, take a moment to digest them, pause the YouTube video so that you can read them, because there'll probably be a fair bit of information to take in then. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this review. I've really enjoyed filming it. It's always lovely when I get to ride this absolute charmer. All right guys, well until the next time, take care, ride safe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.